Mimic is super broken. Now hold the sausages and the single sausages, because I'm not done yet in Gen 1. Whew. The Gen 1 shtick of Mimic is you take a nice look at the opponent's moves, you take one for yourself, and then good day sir, you're done. And the best part is, you have Mimic's PP, for better and for worse. Mimic is a Gen 1 TM, and most Pokemon gets access to that. But if Mimic is so broken, then why not use that all the time, from the start to finish? But what about stat distribution? Sure, we're gonna use the most balanced Pokemon in Gen 1. I present you, Green Sprite Mew! Now, look me in the eyes, or at the screen, and tell me that you don't see a lab rat in here. Even if you don't judge by looks, we got 100 in every single stat. We hit hard on both offensive stats. We're not too shabby when it comes to defense, and nor by speed. Now before that, we're gonna need to talk about rules. To be honest, we're gonna use Scott's Thoughts rules because it's my final submission to his race. I'm okay with most of them. There's one particular that I don't like. We don't do vitamins in this channel, with an asterisk. We're gonna talk about that when the time comes. Now that all of this is behind us, let's get the fun started. With the rival, of course. There isn't much you can see in here. It's a hard bargain between Tail Whip. Yeah, of course I'm gonna take Tackle. It's a very slow fight, I'm not gonna narrate everything. Focus on the important thing. I got 4 moves with 0 PP, and it's Mimic. Is that even possible? I already used Mimic. I did some tricks with Pokebite, and decided to set up a second, and third, and fourth move on 0, no matter how much I'm gonna heal, because I want to use Mimic with the original PP. In the earliest parts of the game, you don't expect fast bells or variety, especially when you're using your opponent's moves, which is mostly in this stage is Tackle, and that's the best you can get. And since I'm only using Mimic, I'd prefer to attack and not struggle myself to the Dunsparce. Yeah, I know, very funny. But for real though, let's discuss strategy. What are the moves that Brock's Geodude have? It's Tackle again. It's time for some grinding session, and even the junior trainer can't really do. But there's a sausage too. With how things are, I can't use the junior trainer to fill me up with XP. The only choice that I have is to go back to the fields and train against level 5 Pokemons, or use Brock for some slow but boosted experience. Time is a major factor in these runs, and boy, I was cutting corners so bad. But the problem is, you're mimicking Tackle, and you're using that against rock types with great defense for this stage in the game, which means that my 4 PP of Mimic, which one of them is being used in order to copy the move that I'm gonna use. I'm not so keen on the idea of using numbers, but it's a pathetic hit. Tackle has 5% chance to miss. It's not gonna happen frequently, but if it does, we're gonna take that. But once we get to 34 HP, we lose all of our PP and we get Struggle, which is 50 base power, a normal type move, and the recoil is half of the damage that we're dealing to our opponents. Since our moves are being resisted, that means we're gonna use more Struggle. More Struggle, more recoil. In order to pull this one off, we're gonna need a miracle. That means Onyx spamming Screeches, throwing the battle, and then using Bide once it's very close to fainting. I'm not planning to win anyways. We're gonna take the XP, try again, with all of our PP. Having more PP definitely made the difference. Now I'm only using Struggle against the Onyx. We'd get Bide on the start of the turn, so let's just do as much as damage as possible. This way it can knock us out as fast as possible. I get 2 crits, and Onyx returns the favor. We're on the third try. The grinding made the difference. Now on 36 HP, I get a crit with Struggle. He's entering Bide. Let's hope that it's not a 3-turn Bide. Ooh, it's a 2-turn Bide. And now I'm on red health. He misses with Screech. I get another Struggle in. He crits with Tackle, and I'm not sure that I can survive. He's attacking with Bind. The Bind miss! The Bind miss! I'm not gonna survive this. Well, I did. We're gonna still face some PP problems. At least we have some variety. And I like shorts! You mean YouTube shorts? We got tons of these. Check my channel. I'll stop also. I'll stop with the shameless plug. I promise, I promise. Youngster Shorts is not only good for shameless plug, but he has some decent moves. And so does the Super Nerd. You know, in the end, we have to deal with Mimic's limited PP. Let's try Misty. Hey, check this one out. We get the illusion of choice. Even after 30 years. Starmie is not the issue, by the way. We get a crit. It was supposed to be a 3-shot, but Starmie doubles down on the defense thing with an X defend and an extra harden. With this, I'm doing practically nothing. So much for the illusion of victory. But we're back with the next try. I get a crit. Of course, Starmie gets his own crit, but it doesn't matter because I get another one and then Misty throws the battle with an X defend. Are you ready for a flying type move that is 100% accurate? Thank you, Spearow, for having this spec for making this battle very easy. Well, kind of annoying at the end because of Eevee, and then I'm left with no PP, but with all things considered, I'm fine as it is. Nugget Bridge is kind of like whatever. Actually, it was overkill. Yeah, sure, smart sausage. It was, but not everything in Nugget Bridge was so easy. The last with the Oddish is leaving me with a resisted Absorb. Not 2 times, but 4 times, and it was catastrophe. And my other runs, and I was very close to the deadline. After the overleveling, it wasn't that bad. Try sometimes to go to the Cerulean Rocket with orange health and no PP. And then you'll meet up with the Dunsparce so fast. Oh, hi there. You're taking me to the win? After healing, it's not that bad. We're back again with Rival 3. The plan is no plan because of no PP. Even with Slash, I'm fine. Let's fast forward to Trashman Surge. The thought of having a heal at the Vermilion Poke Center made me think, and I'm gonna use the no-brainer strat. After all, I've learned this one from Surge himself. As we welcome ourselves to the mid-game, it's time to put ourselves into the first test, the wrapping last. As you've been figuring this by now, fast battles are whenever you can copy some good moves. In the case of our old pal Oddish, we got grass damage, which is ass! Look at this 5 power! How am I going to do anything with that? I'm just wasting my time. I might as well just use Struggle, but if I'm gonna use too much Struggle, I'm not gonna survive her entire team. It was a moment in the run where I had to pick one of the status moves. Poison damage is unacceptable, and the speed drop from Paralysis with the growth glitch took me about 10 resets in order to get by and survive on 1 HP after using Struggle on the last Bellsprout. Ugh, I'm scared. I'm gonna take a quick detour at the Rockets and I'll be back facing Erica. We're over level, we're outspeeding, and I can take Tangle as Bind. Bind can trap my opponents, and doesn't drain that much PP, but Bind is inaccurate, so I ended up using Struggle and meet up with the Dunsparce. Let's try Rival 4 instead. Spearow is now a Fearow, has 4 moves. I decided to take on Fury Attack because it can attack 2 to 5 turns without wasting too much PP. I got lucky with some badge boosts from the Fearow. This way I could feel good about myself with Fury Attack whacking his whole team. If you have Keen Eye, you probably know this. Something is wrong. Yeah, you're a bird, that's one thing. And the other thing is, struggle doesn't work on ghosts. That's so embarrassing. When you're so focused on finishing things on time, you end up doing this and the other embarrassing thing after the reset. I was trying to use a Pokeball on the ghost of Dunsparce, because all ghosts are becoming a Dunsparce. What you gonna do about that, smart sausage? Are you ready for Bind Strats Take 2 on Erica? Basically, now that I'm at level 40, survivability is practically guaranteed. Even though I miss a ton of binds on the Whipping Bell, after the Gloom's paralysis, I have a word of advice to the Dunsparce. It's right behind you. I'm out of Sylph. Enjoy yourselves. During my grinding session at Sylph, the PP problem is starting to creep in again. On runs like these, you're trying to go as fast as possible, even though it's not ideal, but you do that anyway. Long story short, I fought the mandatory rocket, the scientist on the same floor, then I went to the teleporting pad to fight another rocket nearby the healing bed. That rocket has Drowsy with Disable. Disable hits! And we're back to struggling! And knock this thing out. The Sable is over though, so I can use Mimic to steal Hypnosis. Oh, buckle up. We got tons of PP to waste. 6 to be exact. Machop is knocking sense to my mind, so I won't do that stupid mistake on the next try. I'm squeezing in another trainer before I'm gonna face Koga. Koga could be a Teemu version of a Psychic-type specialist. Unlike the original one, Koga doesn't like Psychic, so Mimic is actually very useful in this fight. Mimic is starting to pay off. Would it pay off against Rival 5? Rival 5 is the boss of the mid-game. Basically, at that point, he has 5 Pokemons, but Sandslash has Slash, which is gonna auto-crit. I could have maybe gone for Swift to maybe negate the Kinesis from the Kadabra. Since I can't really set up or use powerful moves, crit is basically the only way to do a lot of damage with much less PP consumed. I get 5 uses of Mimic basically after Flash. The accuracy drops will badge boost my attack. This way Struggle can do much more damage. At -1 I get to the Alakazam on red health, but it's not enough damage to survive the recoil. On the next attempt I get -5. But Alakazam is ruining the plan with Reflect. And again with the red health, I'm not doing that much. -6 is gonna do the trick, right? Yeah, if you have an accuracy of a wet noodle, you're gonna miss a whole bunch of your moves. Or you're going to see the Dunsparce with the recoil. Right on the middle, at -3, I am able to hit every single one of my moves. 104 for the Alakazam. Uh-oh, X-Defend. I just want out. Whew, crit. With the high roll one, I miss my attack. I get Reflect and the Psywave. Please hit! And we survive with the skin of our teeth. We need to take it easy. Enjoy the sea. Enjoy said experience from sea. Then we're gonna do a tour in the mansion. Enjoy the trainer over there. I take some rare candies. I go to Blaine's gym after I answer every single question wrong. Don't worry about me, Mew. My stupidity will bring you the victory to Blaine. Now, Have some rare candies. Hey, don't take the entire bag. Only 5. I think we're ready at level 63. Ugh, look at Ninetale's moves. You got nothing to pick from here.
Actually, you can use flamethrower.
It is a genuine choice. Remember that not very effective text is gonna be printing every single time. Look at those special stats. Every single one of Blaine's Pokemon has decent special. By the time that this scramble is over, we're already at the Arcanine. He misses with Fire Blast, then he hits with Flamethrower. I'm very close to fainting, and I use Struggle to the Dunsparce. We're not gonna talk about the Ninetales. Huh? A crit and a burn? Come on, game! I'm trying again. Ninetales doesn't want to stop with the Flamethrower. At least this time, I get a badge boost. Despite the heavy damage on Rapidash, Blaine doesn't heal that. With Arcanine, even though I don't have that much PP, now with Flamethrower instead of Fire Blast, I can survive the hit with style. Let's fast forward to Giovanni's gym. We got 3 mandatory trainers that we need Mimic's PP for. If you decide not to heal and to go fast, you need to do the black belt with only struggle. Are you tired of the Dunsparce? I might as well just change the default metrics into Dunsparce. Huh. I wonder where did I last save? Oh, an O again. I'm going to lose to Blaine this time again. Let's not waste too much time with my stupid play. And let's just fast forward to Giovanni. This battle can be summed up in 2 words. Sausage fast. Steal Earthquake from the sausages, and then almost every one of them are one-shot. Basically for Rival 6, I only went to the Poké Center beforehand to replenish PP. We're gonna do the same sausage strat. I'm gonna steal Slash from the Sandslash, and then we're gonna get auto crit on every single one of Rival 6 Pokemon. Except for the Cloyster, it just has the best defense that a non-legendary can wield in Gen 1. But at level 65, you don't really care about that much. While doing niche runs like these, you put yourself into the cycle of taking the easy route, doing extra training, losing more time, because you try to play riskier for some reason against said trainers. A good example for this is this fight against the Victor Bell trainer. I fought the other trainer next to her. In order to save time, I skipped the hill. This way I had 2 usage of Mimic, which means only 1 attacking move before struggle. Combine that with paralysis, which made me black out. Not once, but twice. I got her on the 3rd try. Oof, the hustling doesn't end here. The cool trainer with the Parasect and Chansey gave me hell. Chansey has massive HP, so I ended up not surviving my own struggle. Chansey take its time by growling at my bird and my Bluey. It didn't want to send him to the Dunsparce so fast. So, while trying to take the blackout, let's just look at some splits. Mimic felt more dominant throughout the mid-game. Koga, Giovanni, and Surge were my fastest splits, while the Slog was starting to get in the way with Misty, Brock, and Erica with the backtracking, but the most Slog is between Sabrina and Blaine. By the time we won against Blaine, the run was passing 2 hours of real time. Even though Rival 6 and Rival 5 are not written in here, they were pretty fast. But Victory Road and all of these losses and the blackouts took me about 15 minutes to get to Lorelei's chamber. How well Mimic is going to fare against the Elite Four, and what kind of price do we need to pay in order to win? I arrive at Lorelei at level 68. I need neutral coverage. I'm gonna take takedown from Dugong. Now, left aside, I get half of the recoil from struggle, an upgrade in power, which is 90 base power over 50, but 85 accuracy is quote-unquote manageable. I would miss some of my attacks, but by the time I get to the Slowbro, I do end up at low red health, and then I done sports myself in front of the Jinx. That's a good strat. We're gonna get it done by 1 or 2 levels more, but I feel like it's going to work. If takedown is going to hit someday, and Cloyster is going to release me from Clamp. Oh, Supersonic. Yeah, rub it in. Don't worry, Mew, you're not the only one who's confused. I don't even know how to feel about that anymore. At that point I realized, if I want to win this battle today and finish on time, let's just black out. I was so blinded by time that I figured only a couple of levels, maybe the next level is gonna do a difference. I thought about that at level 69, at level 70, and at level 71 when I got frozen by the Cloyster. I don't want to waste your time all that much, and let's just fast forward to level 75. In this battle, I get some awesome luck. So awesome, in fact, that Cloyster is using Spike Cannon, so I end up having more health. This way, not only I'm staying healthier, I'm rolling the dice for crits. I get 2 PP left for Lapras. For the first time! Can we do it? We could, if we were at the Dunsparce. It's gonna take a while to get back in here. At level 78, we both the Dunsparce ourselves.
One eternity later.
What year is it again? A crit against the Dugong? Yes, I'm in. Even though Cloyster is going to crit, we're gonna 2-shot it. Slowbro, on the other hand, decided to go on the defensive side today and get a super potion for that. Jinx is gonna take the hit, while Lapras is gonna be a 2-shot, while I survive my own demise. And then there's the weird gym guy. I'm just going to go now. Talk to the Dunsparce? If you thought the Lorelei was bad, Gengar 1's moves have an ass move. So we're gonna take Lick, which is the lesser evil. It is a super effective move. Remember, in Gen 1, Struggle is a normal type move. Basically, you got 10 PP to work with, so you got to increase your damage ranges into a 1 or a 2-shot against the Golbat and the Arbok. At level 80, we're not even close. At that time, I reset it because I thought I had a chance. Don't forget that the Golbat can toxic you with the false hope that you might have a chance, but you lost time because the reset was very slow. So, more levels are gonna do the trick? Not really. After blacking out for like 40 minutes of real time, I couldn't get it. I was so close, and I ended up losing again. So I did the unthinkable. I violated my own rules and used 2 PP ups. With 14 PP, I have more leeway. Suddenly it felt like easy mode. Let's see if we can get to the champion and clock in, but Lance is the next stop. Elixirs can't handle the Mimic because of my massive PP, and I have massive power because of Gyarados' Hyper Beam. Since my KOs are skipping the recharge turn, let's skip to the champion. I'm left with no elixirs on, so I get 5 PP of Mimic to work with. I debated with myself, Slash or the Sausage Attack. Sausage Attack looks very good on paper. 100 base power, no drawbacks, and a super effective move against most of the Pokemon in here. Except for one defensive ass type staring at me with a maniacal look. So, thanks to that coconut tree, we're left with no PP. So, we're gonna deal a lot of damage to ourselves. While starting to struggle against the Magneton, and the Cloyster is in particular very challenging. This massive 241 base defense is very, very tough to handle when every single time you're rolling the dice that the cloister will freeze you with Ice Beam. It gets a crit, I do survive on red health, then I do massive damage to the Flareon. Remember, we're dealing half of this damage to ourselves, which leaves us with 4 HP, enough to be roasted in front of the Dunsparce. I wonder if I'm gonna expand this collection of the Dunsparce, along with my misplays. I'll just edit Lance out, you don't need to see that. You know, maybe resetting and getting to Lance wasn't a time waste after all, because I researched my bag again and I had 1 rare candy, which brought me to level 96, and 1 elixir, which made this battle not that tricky with Slash. Even though Cloister did survive my hit, but does it really matter when it uses Spike Cannon? Yeah, Flareon, you're out too, so it's time to finish this dreaded challenge with a real time of 3 hours, 45 minutes, and 33 seconds. At level 96 with 97 the Dunsparce. What an army of the Dunsparce that is. What about the game time? It's ugly too. It's 20 hours and 33 minutes. I paid a heavy price, but I've learned something valuable. Mimic as a standalone move is very bad with niche cases that it could work for the better. And for that, we're gonna use Rage against Oak. I'm starting my villain arc as of next video with Team Rocket Edition Hardcore Nuzlocke, which would be out soon. Where I went for a year plus? Yeah, real life happened. I tried to score a medical job while finishing a degree, and it didn't really end up working for me, so I got back to teaching and I suddenly have more time for YouTube. While making this video and the other one which will come up soon, I wanted to up the quality of my videos, so I decided to dabble with 2D animations like I always wanted to do. Hey, you managed to survive the cringe, and if you managed to stick until the end, that means you can subscribe for some more cringe. Leave the bell on because it takes a while to upload, but I'll try my best not to take my time, like always. And while you're at it, don't be an angry sausage. Leave a like on this video. I usually will announce the new subscribers, but I don't want to blow the time of the video so much because YouTube will punish me. So I'm just gonna use a custom animation as of the next video to announce you, so I didn't forget about you. It's just YouTube stuff. And until next time, I'll see you again, angry sausages, lovely sausages, and smart sausages. Until next time, take care everybody.